Planning your dream cruise vacation? Don't let sneaky port scams turn your adventure into a nightmare. From fake all-inclusive beach resorts to outrageous taxi trips, these scams are designed to take advantage of tourists just like you. In this video, we're breaking down 10 of the most common scams you'll encounter at the ports and teaching you how to avoid them so you can keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket. If staying safe and a step ahead of potential scammers is important to you, this is a video you won't want to miss. Hey cruisers, welcome back to Family at Sea. I'm Evan, and today we're diving into something that could make or break your next vacation: avoiding port scams. Whether you're a first-time cruiser or a seasoned traveler, these sneaky tricks can catch anyone off guard. From fake tours to unexpected restaurant charges, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you steer clear of the worst offenders. So grab a seat and let's make sure your next cruise is smooth sailing without any costly surprises along the way. If you're ready, I am. Let's go. Let's dive into one of the most common scams in popular cruise ports: fake tour guides. Picture this: you just got off the ship and someone approaches you with a big smile, claiming to be an official guide. They promise you an exclusive, off the beaten path tour at a fraction of the cost of what the cruise line is offering. Sounds like a steal, right? But here's where things go sideways. After you pay, you might find yourself on a rushed, low quality tour that skips all the best spots, or even worse, they might take you to specific stores or restaurants where they get kickbacks for anything you buy, meaning you're stuck in an overpriced tourist trap with no exits. In some cases, they might even leave you stranded far from the port once the tour ends. So, how do you avoid this mess? Always book your tours through trusted sources. If you're looking for something local, use reputable platforms with reviews like TripAdvisor or Viator. And remember, if someone's offering you a deal that seems too good to be true right off the street, it probably is. A little bit of research can go a long way in making sure your vacation stays scam-free and enjoyable. Another one of the more popular scams is free Wi-Fi. If you don't pay to get Wi-Fi on the ship, you may be eager to connect with family, check social media, or catch up on emails while you're on port. So you spot a sign or something offering free Wi-Fi, and it seems like a great way to save on your data plan, right? But here's the catch: many of these free Wi-Fi networks are unsecured, meaning hackers can easily access your personal information like credit card numbers, passwords, and even sensitive data stored on your phone. In some cases, the Wi-Fi doesn't even work at all, and you've wasted time trying to connect. So how can you avoid falling into this trap? Well, you've got a few options, but our go-to solution is by using an eSIM provider to get international data at extremely low rates. In fact, our go-to supplier is a company prices, typically only $30 to $40 for 7 days of unlimited data. That's way cheaper than what it costs us to get an international data plan with Verizon, which is our carrier, or any others you may have. I've included a link down below in the description that you can use to get 5% off these plans if you're looking for something inexpensive and reliable that's super easy to set up on your phone. You can also use a VPN, which adds a layer of security when you connect to public networks. If staying connected is important during your trip, but you also don't want to incur the cost of purchasing a data package or Wi-Fi, using a VPN while you connect to public Wi-Fi hotspots can encrypt your data and keep you protected at the same time. Remember, when it comes to free Wi-Fi, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is best to avoid it. Your privacy is worth protecting. Another popular scam, especially in the Caribbean, are people offering irresistible deals on all-inclusive resorts that truly are too good to be true. What happens here is you get off the ship and you're exploring the port and someone approaches you with an irresistible deal: access to an all-inclusive beach resort with drinks, food, and activities included, all for a very low price. It sounds perfect, right? But once you pay and arrive, you may find that the resort either doesn't exist, it's run down, or it's simply not offering the amenities that you were promised. In some cases, you may be denied entry altogether because they don't honor the deal you've purchased and the person that sold it to you is long gone. To avoid this scam, always do your research before committing to any offers. If you want a day at a resort, look through reputable websites or well-reviewed services like TripAdvisor or Viator or Shore Excursion Group, but make sure to read the reviews from recent guests to verify the experience matches what's advertised. If someone approaches you on the street with a too good to be true deal, it's probably just that. Trust your instincts and don't let a fake resort ruin your perfect beach day. The next scam is probably the one you're most likely to encounter no matter where your port happens to be. Picture this, you've just stepped off the ship and you're eager to explore the port. Friendly taxi driver offers you a fantastic rate to take you to the beach or a perfect tourist spot. Everything seems great until you arrive, and suddenly the price isn't what you agreed on. The driver now claims the rate was per person, not for the entire ride, or they hit you with unexpected fees like tolls or luggage charges. You're left paying far more than you expected with little choice but to hand over the extra cash. To avoid this bait and switch, always negotiate and confirm the full fare before getting into the taxi. Make sure to clarify whether it's per person or per ride, and ask about any additional fees that might pop up. Stick to taxis at official stands or use a ride-sharing app if available, where prices are clear and fair. Taking these precautions can help you dodge this all too common trick and enjoy your day without any unpleasant surprises. The next scam is one that's especially common in crowded tourist areas: pickpockets. You could be enjoying a walk through a local market or heading to a popular attraction when someone bumps into you or starts a casual conversation. Before you know it, your wallet or phone is gone, taken without you even noticing. To avoid falling victim, it's important to keep your valuables close and secure. For you fellas, I highly recommend getting shorts or pants that have at least one pocket that zippers shut, and keep your wallet or any other valuables in there. Ladies, you should also use purses that zippers shut. I also recommend avoid keeping all your essentials in one place. Stay alert in crowded areas and be wary of strangers trying to get too close or to distract you. Taking these precautions can help ensure that you don't become an easy target for pickpockets, so they move on to easier prey. Another scam to watch out for is ATM skimming, a sneaky trick that can drain your account without you even realizing it. You stop at an ATM in port to grab some local currency, but the machine has been tampered with. Scammers install devices to capture your card information and your PIN, allowing them to access your bank account and make unauthorized withdrawals. To protect yourself, I highly recommend using credit cards, which provide fraud protection instead of debit cards when in port. If you can avoid using cash altogether, that's ideal, but if you must use an ATM, stick to ATMs in well-known high traffic areas like inside of banks or reputable businesses. And before inserting your card, check for anything that looks unusual like a loose card reader or a tampered keypad. And you should also be able to set up alerts with your bank to monitor any suspicious activity. Staying cautious with ATM usage can help you avoid this very costly scam. Next up is the lost jewelry scam, a clever trick designed to take advantage of kind-hearted tourists like yourself. You may be walking through a port when someone accidentally drops a piece of jewelry like a ring or bracelet right in front of you. When you pick it up and try to return it, they insist, no, this is yours, or they offer to give it to you as a gift because you've been so kind. Later though, they demand payment, claiming the item is valuable and asking for a reward for the jewelry you found. To avoid getting caught in this scam, do not pick up any jewelry or similar items from the ground, and politely decline to accept anything offered to you and simply walk away. If someone tries to push a piece of jewelry or a gift on you, remember that nothing comes for free. Staying firm and avoiding unnecessary interactions will keep you from falling into this trap. One more scam to be aware of is counterfeit currency, a trick that can leave you with worthless money. In some ports, vendors, taxi drivers, or even street money changers might give you fake bills as change, knowing tourists often aren't familiar with the local currency. By the time you do realize the money is fake, it's way too late to do anything about it. To avoid this scam, avoid using cash whenever possible, and if you must use cash, try to pay with smaller bills as much as possible to limit the amount of change that you will need. Stick to using ATMs inside a bank, as already mentioned, and familiarize yourself with local currency before you head ashore. If something about the bills seems off, trust your instincts and double check. Staying alert can prevent you from getting stuck with counterfeit cash. Another common scam you may encounter involves restaurants bringing you food that you didn't order. You sit down for a meal, and before you know it, the waiter starts bringing out extra dishes like appetizers or seafood platters or even dessert that you never even asked for. It may seem like a generous gesture until the bill arrives and you realize you're charged a sky-high price for those extras. To avoid falling for this trick, always make sure you clearly order what you want and politely decline any additional dishes that are brought to your table without your request. request. If you're unsure whether something is complimentary, ask before accepting it. By staying vigilant, you can enjoy your meal without worrying about these surprise charges. Alright guys, we're coming down the home stretch, and before I share our final scam, I want to take a quick moment to ask for your support. If you found this video helpful, it'd mean the world to me if you could give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I truly love being able to share these tips and experiences with you, and your support helps us keep bringing more content to the Family at Sea community. And if you've come across any other scams or tips that could help your fellow cruisers, please share them in the comments down below. I always love hearing from you guys. Alright, let's dive into the last scam on our list, and this one can be surprisingly deceptive as it plays into your kindness and desire to be a gracious guest in a foreign land. The friendship bracelet scam is a clever hustle that preys on tourists' politeness and sense of obligation. It usually starts with a seemingly kind person approaching you in a busy tourist spot, often with a smile and friendly conversation. And then they offer to tie a bracelet around your wrist as a gift or a symbol of friendship. Sometimes they'll distract you with compliments or small talk while quickly tying the bracelet on. It all feels harmless in the moment, but before you know it, the bracelet is secured to your wrist. But here's where the scam kicks in. Once it's on, they suddenly change their tone and start demanding payment. They might claim that it's a handmade, valuable item, or they insist you owe them for their time and effort. In some cases, they'll even guilt trip you, saying they need the money for their family or a charity, and refusing to pay can lead to aggressive behavior, making you feel cornered in a handing over cash just to avoid a conflict. To stay clear of this scam, it's best to avoid any interaction right from the start. Don't let anyone tie anything on you or accept gifts from strangers, no matter how friendly they may seem. By staying firm and walking away at first sight of this tactic, you can keep yourself from getting pressured into paying for something that you really never even wanted to begin with. Alright guys, you made it. You're now armed with some serious knowledge about common cruise port scams and how you can avoid them. But if you want to avoid even more cruise pitfalls, be sure to check out our video linked above on the biggest cruise ripoffs and how to avoid those as well. And click that link, it's going to take you right there, and it's full of insider tips that'll help you save money and make the most of your vacation. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help you steer clear of any scams on your next cruise adventure. Stay sharp, sail safe, and we'll see you on your next adventure. Bon voyage!